Good evening, dearly beloved. I want to welcome you all to another edition of our Saturday uh, weekly health talk. I thank God for every one of you, and I want to thank God for the privilege to see another Saturday. It's always a joy and a privilege to see the beauty of another day. Thank God for the grace. Thank God for everything that He's doing for us and everything that He's doing with us and everything that He's doing through us. No matter where we have every reason to glorify the name of our God. So I just want us to bless the name of the Lord each time we have opportunity for another day. Like I said in the course of the year, that 2024 we have planned out the topics and the things that we'll be sharing by the grace of God. And in the month of January, we dealt with detoxification because we felt that it was necessary for us to talk about detoxification after all the goodies and the indulgence and all the treats in the month of December and Christmas period and the New Year period, festive period generally. We thought that it was nice to have a period to detoxify our body system, and it was very impressive and it was very positive and impactful. And we thank God for this privilege. The second month, which is the month of February, we also dealt with the issue of breast care. We discussed extensively on breast care and breast support. We did several challenges and to support our health and our immune system. And this month of March, by the grace of God, March is starting today, and we're starting our own March today, being a Saturday. We have dedicated this month of March to talking about healthy eating habits, healthy eating habits or practices that that we can imbibe and that we also practice to help us to improve on our health. We understand that there are certain ways that people eat that doesn't go in line with healthy living practices. Sometimes people will say, "Oh, I eat plenty of fruit, I eat this." It may just be that people are eating the fruit or eating certain things wrongly. You may be eating healthy food, but you may be eating the healthy food in a wrong way, so unhealthy way. So tonight we're going to start a series on healthy eating practices. I've talked about it some maybe last year, but I will be dealing with them extensively this particular month of March. So I look forward to having everyone throughout this month to come to join us to look at these principles so that we can also add to what we've known before and we can improve on our health. There is nobody who have attained when it comes to healthy living lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It is not a journey. It's not a destiny. We're heading towards a destination, but we have a purpose in our mind. We have a target in our mind. We have a goal in our mind to achieve our healthy living purpose. And so it is important for us to keep learning, keep getting new things, and also putting them into practice. It is not about oh, these things are too much. We do this, we do that. That is how life is. Man is created to till the ground, to nurture it, to take care of all the things that God has created, including your body. Your body is also part of the things that you are responsible to. You are responsible to take care of your body, care for it, and nurture it. And like I said, if you understand the principle of anatomy and the structures of the body and the functioning of the structures of the body, you will agree with me that it looks like a complex setup. But once you understand the principle, simple principle of the healthy lifestyle, healthy practices, healthy eating, you will know that every other thing will just fall in place. It's like it's like a computer system. You're a software system that sorts garbage in and garbage out. What you give into the system is what the system will give back to you. So stay tight this month and enjoy the series of these healthy eating principles that will sustain our health, that will sustain our well-being by the grace of God. Before I continue with the teaching for tonight, I'd like to just give a disclaimer. Tabitha Health and Wellness online platform for women, it's not to diagnose any disease. It's just for pure information, share information on things that is able to help and impact on our health and well-being. So if you have any medical situation, please do not hesitate to consult your medical practitioner or your physician for proper diagnosis and treatment. Thank you. Now let me go to the first principle of healthy eating. Please don't mix it up with principle of healthy living lifestyle, health and wellness practice that we talked about, I think, last a year or so. What we are talking about this month of March is eating healthy eating practices. So, how do we eat? What do we eat that will enhance our healthy lifestyle? And the first principle that I want to talk about is the principle of avoiding unhealthy snacks. You see, I know that times we want to just choose something, and I'm just, I feel like putting something in my mouth. It is always a dangerous act when we choose unhealthy snacks because unhealthy snacks has a terrible impact on our health in the long run. So if you want to make your choices, you make healthy choices. You can snack, nothing stops you from snacking. You can snack on healthy things and not unhealthy things. So when you do too much of on unhealthy things, you are adding a lot of calories into your body system. That's one danger. You add a lot of calorie to your body system, and as you continue to take these things on a regular basis, you may think they are harmless, but the truth is that they accumulate at some point and they make you gain unnecessary weight. So when you gain unnecessary weight, you'll be saying, and I don't eat too. I don't eat too much. I eat very little. I eat once a day. I eat to save my portion and all that. But you've forgotten that aside from the food aspect, you also snack unhealthy. You see, you can also snack things that are healthy and in an unhealthy way. That's what I'm saying about healthy eating. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the things that you are snacking on a daily basis. There are things you can snack on that are very low in calorie. Example, nuts. Nuts are low in calorie, especially when you do them in moderation. I'm not talking about granules this time around. I'm talking about tree nuts. When I'm talking about nuts, by now you should be used to me and to my teaching when I'm talking about nuts. I'm not paying attention so much on that other nuts, that's granite, peanut, and all of that. I'm talking about tree nuts, almond, cashew nuts, walnuts, pistachios, and all of that, even raisins and all of that. Those are healthy nuts, and even our own coconuts. Coconuts is abundant in every part of the country. So you want to make sure that you choose healthy and make healthy choices when it comes to snacking. Some people they do a lot of a lot of biscuit that have so much calorie, especially when you look at the content. They are high in salt, they're high in sugar, the water, the oil that they put there. You see there that they wrote they can even write margarine, they write all sorts of things. So the syrup that they use in mix, the biscuits look so simple and then on harmful, but honestly, they're loaded with all sort of substance that are capable of damaging your health or increasing the calorie level. And before you know what is happening, you start adding unnecessary weight. So you want to be careful in this kind of a situation. I give an example of the things that you can snack on. When you say, I want to snack, you snack on donuts, you snack on meat pie, you snack on those. They are highly loaded in in other contents that are capable of increasing your calorie level. For instance, now if you say you want to snack on Kit Kat, for instance, the calories in Kit Kat is about 3,000. It will take you, if you want to take one Kit Kat, for instance, to burn the calorie in Kit Kat, you need something about 3,050 steps to burn the calorie in your Kit Kat. You need about 3,475 steps to burn off the calories in your can bottle of soft drink. And it will take you like about 4,075 steps to burn the calories in that maybe a beer, a bottle of beer, you can imagine. And it takes you like about, the one that is very amazing to me is for donuts that sugar coated with sugar. It will take you about 7,775 steps for you to stake to do about, sorry, about 5,250 to do steps to burn off that one donut that you ate. And you need 7,775 steps for you to for a Snickers bar. You can imagine. So you need to watch many of these things. And for pizza that you eat, like 8 inches of pizza, a pepperoni pizza, it takes you like about 36,250 steps to burn off 8 inches of pepperoni pizza. So if you have 8 inches, you can divide it into whatever, how many you are taking. So if you 8 inches divided by what how many you are taking, so it means that, and if only you sit down to eat the 8 inches of pepperoni pizza, you can imagine how much you've had it. So if you eat that, now how many days or months would take you to burn off 36,250 steps? Uh, steps. How many years will it take you to do 36,250 steps? How many months for you to burn? And then sometimes you even eat this regularly. You can even eat this more than 10 times in a month. So you want to pay attention to this one. Said, oh, I've just cheated. It's not wrong to cheat for a while, yes, for once in a while. But then how many times are you cheating for, and where are you cheating? What are you cheating on? So you need to be very careful on this. So the second principle is to avoid junk foods as much as possible. When you call junk food, they are things that are worthless. They don't have any value in terms of nutrients in them. You want to pay attention to many of these things, like things like your soft drinks. They are not things that you can pay value on at all. We pay so much attention on the things that we put into our cars, our machines, our things, gadgets that we have in our homes. In You cannot put a wrong soap or liquid soap or powder soap into your washing machine. You are particular. Some even go to the extent of looking for the right soaps for the fabrics that they are loading into the machine, because one, they don't want to damage the fabrics, and they don't also want to damage the machines. So then why don't you pay such attention to the body, the greatest machine of all, the greatest instrument that helps you to achieve all the goals that you have outlined for you? Why don't we pay? I just want us to begin to change our orientation and begin to be mindful of the things that we load into our body system. Look at your machine, like your car. You wouldn't want to put a wrong engine oil. Some are also very particular about the kind of engine oil. There are all kinds of engine oils. There are Mobile, from Mobile, brand Mobile, Total, Ohando, different kinds. And some, they are specific. Even the mobile oil for their engine, they can't use those any. It has numbers. It has a capacity of the capacity of the oil that they want to put inside. So why don't we translate this particular principle of nurturing our cars to our body, because even our body is much more important than that car. So why do you have to take that junk food, useless food, things that doesn't have value, that doesn't have any nutrient at all, and then you comfortably put them in your mouth in the name of pleasure, or in the name of, I just want to satisfy myself, I want to enjoy myself. I don't know where we got that definition from. Why don't you want to also do the same thing for your car? You say, oh, I want to pamper this car today. You take the car to car wash, the best car wash. You are even mindful of the kind of soap and detergent that they use for your car wash. You want to be specific that the car wash company that you're taking your cars to, they are the people, they are companies that are very careful and finicky about the way they take care of their car. The way some people take care of their cars is just surprising. It's good. It's a good practice. But why don't we translate such to our bodies? So from today, eating of junks should be something that should not be part of us. It will not help us at all. There are times that you even see some things they wrote on the label: healthy heart, control healthy days, no cholesterol, none of this. Now we have learned about labeling. So we should check what we are cooking with, what we are eating, so that we don't end up eating junks. Another principle of healthy eating is to eat a balanced diet. Balanced diets include those food that are unprocessed, unrefined, uh, carbohydrates, proteins, oils, the fiber, food enzymes, the chlorophyll inside your greens, or the vitamins, the minerals, water, fresh air, and all of those things. All of these things must be in right proportion. They must be available in your diet system. Many people say, I eat fruit, I eat this and all of that. I eat vegetables, and you find out that many of these things have been denatured. They have been overprocessed, and when you have overprocessed food, it means that you don't have anything like your minerals, the vitamins, the water content, the fresh air, and all of those things are not complete. So you need to eat a balanced diet, and your food should still have the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is one essential the nutrient that we all need for healthy healthy oxygen movement and the free circulation of our beautiful circulation and nourished blood system. So if you have chlorophyll, enough chlorophyll, you are introducing a great amount of quality oxygen into your bloodstream, and circulation distribution into different organs will be very wonderful. And that alone is good health. But if you have your green vegetables have been denatured, have been tampered with, and you don't have these things, these will impact on your health negatively. So you want to ensure that when you are cooking your vegetables as well, you make sure that you cook with minimal heat, and then you also ensure that they're properly washed, and then you cook them rightly. That's why we encourage green juices and all of that into our regimen: green juices, green smoothies, so that you still have them in that good condition, the nature way. The minerals, the vitamins, they are still present, so that you don't lose them out. Because what is the purpose of eating when you don't have your vitamins, you don't have your minerals in place? So you have a problem you already had a health problems which you don't know. So at the end of the day, so in totality, you now be saying that I've been eating well for a long time, but certain things have been going wrong, and you have been practicing some things in a very wrong way, and you're not getting the full benefit of what you're eating. So please pay attention to all those things, that you have your carbohydrate unprocessed, your protein unprocessed, the oil unprocessed, you have enough fiber into food enzymes are still good, your greens are still looking sharp and green, you have enough nutrient into your food. So those are the things that help your system to flourish properly. The other principle I want to talk about is that the principle of eating early earlier before your bedtime. So you don't go to bed immediately after you have eaten your meal. it is it's very good to wait like about sometimes it's good for 3 hours. I usually recommend about 3 hours after your meal before you go to bed. I say if you stop your meal by 7, that means you want to sleep by 10. If you stop your meal by 8 and then you want to eat sleep by 11, ideal sleeping time is between 10 p.m. That's what research has shown, that sleeping time, between 10 p.m. is very healthy for our brain and our brain cells. So it is important for us to note that not eating late is one of the great practice that will help to impact on our health. If your body, your stomach is lighter when you want to go to bed, you have great sleep because the certain digesting process have been done earlier, and also the nutrient absorption is going on, and then there is also the release of tryptophan and other things, and melatonin and all of that are easily released into your body system. The pineal gland is working properly to release all the things that are necessary for good sleep. But when you overload your body system, your body is only facing digestion while you are sleeping. So you are sleeping, when you wake up tired, you wake up worn out, just because a principle of every eating is missing. That is late eating late and sleeping immediately. So we want to avoid this we want to avoid it, and also imbibe the principle of eating your food early enough, spacing it between 3 hours before you finally go to bed. Another principle that I want to share tonight before I finally close, because our time is fast spent, is the principle of exercising immediately and not exercising immediately after your meal. The principle of not exercising immediately after your meal. You see, it is also advisable to space your eating time and your exercising time, maybe like about, let's say, 2 hours, at least about 2 hours before after your meal. I've had a situation whereby people complain of different kinds of things when they exercise immediately after their food. Now it can alter the process of digestion completely, so you want to pay attention to that. But if you now want to, maybe just want to relieve yourself of some tension and all that while you have eaten, a simple walk, like just walk around, it can help to speed up, your digestion really. But when you do rigorous exercise and you want to bounce on treadmill and start doing immediately after eating your food, is a dangerous thing to do. So please, let's pay attention to this principle. After you finish eating, do not get into a problem because you have failed to adhere to this particular principle of not exercising after your meal. So let's stay informed and then act in wisdom. Take a little walk around, just to walk around, simple to eat. Digestion is fine, but doing rigorous exercise is a no practice for us if you want to maintain good health as we eat healthy. The other principle that I want to talk about eating uh, rightly is combining our food properly. You see, a lot of people say different things when it comes to this, but I would like to, from experience and from also relating with senior colleagues and mentors and all of that, and personal experience myself, and from other people, I say even from women on this platform. After sharing these ideas with some of them last year, we came up with this understanding. We came up with this thought that say it is better to combine your food properly. First, I want to advise us no mixing too much of protein and carbohydrates in a very heavy proportion is something that we should be discouraged. Okay, because you see, carbohydrates are digested in such like kind of alkaline uh, digestive juices, right inside our stomach. There are what we call digestive juices, and then we have the different types. We have the alkaline digestive juices, and then we also have the acidic digestive juices. Okay, so when you eat food that are heavy in proteins and carbohydrates at the same time, like for instance, now when some people are eating let's say yam and vegetables, and then their protein. So, a lot of people are used to eating plenty of protein. Meat is always much more than or maybe equal proportion. That's why in practice we always tell them that okay, protein is good, but in a very minimal proportion. You can make it just so one piece of this and one piece of meat and chicken or fish or something. So it's not like because you want to show that you have arrived, or you have the wealth, you have the capacity to do that. You now begin to indulge in plenty of protein with your carbohydrates. It's going to affect a lot, because by the time the digestive enzymes comes out, the alkaline digestive juices comes out, to digest the protein, the carbohydrates, and also the acidic digestive juices also comes to also digest the protein. Now, when you combine this food in that heavy proportion, that means the alkaline and acid are coming together, and the end result will just be like producing a lot of salt and a lot of water. Do you understand? And so once this is done, it slows down digestion. It slows down your the digestion. The digestive process slows down, and before you know what is happening, you start feeling bloated, you start having this gassing, you start having discomfort all over your system, because you can see where what we eat damage and affect our process, the whole system completely. And before you know what is happening, that singular act will start causing a whole lot of health issues. Even in the area of fruit, that's why during the 30 days challenge program, when we are having our orientation, I always emphasize to women that they should combine their fruit appropriately. Don't eat fruit that takes a longer time to digest with the ones that digest within a short period of like 10-15 minutes. For instance, you want to say watermelon will digest like about 15 to 20 minutes, for instance. You are eating it with a large amount of another fruit that takes about 4 hours or 3 hours to digest. Okay. Now, what you're saying is that the watermelon that takes a little will be delayed, right? We hold on, and then the other one, because you have actually mixed them together. So because of that, one delays the other one, and then in the course of time, before that 1 or 2 hours gets digested, the one that I've digested I needed to wait will start fermenting the other food that is heavier or that takes a longer time. Before you know what is happening, they start causing problems in your system. They start causing fermentation. And when you start causing fermentation, you start having health issues. So it's a simple principle as that. So I see combination. So I advise that just eat your watermelon alone. Or you just leave it. Don't eat it at all. Eat it alone or leave it alone. So when you mix watermelon with this, banana, pineapple, some mix with all sorts of things, before you know what is happening, you start gassing, start feeling bloated. Now, a lot of women have experienced this on this platform. And they say, I had fruit and I started feeling uncomfortable, feeling bloated because you are not eating it properly. So you see why eating principles, eating healthy is very important, and also eating it right and eating it in a healthy way is also very important as well. The last one for tonight is something that a lot of people don't pay attention to and we don't do regularly. It is not a practice that I also do regularly. It's something that I'm practicing to be doing regularly now. So I'm praying God will help myself. Is the principle of brushing your teeth immediately after a meal, especially when you take sweet food, when you eat sweet food. Okay, if um, if you can't brush after a meal, I think you can rinse your mouth. I know research has shown that rinsing your mouth after a meal helps a lot. That would be like with warm water or just lukewarm water with what after your meal is good. And then you can now brush your teeth maybe at night before you finally go to bed. You see, sometimes some people will say, oh, this thing, but a lot of people have shared beautiful experience with just this principle of brushing their mouth and before going to bed. They have shared amazing principle because you see this oral health. Oral health is one major thing that we also try to pay attention to when people are treating cancer issues, because research have also shown that there are a lot of things go into our body system just from our mouth. you know our mouth also have their own system. They have their own, the gums also have their own compartment and things that put them together. Now if we just ignore that aspect, it will be a problem. It will just be, you are saying you will be eating and yet you are not getting the full benefit of what you are eating. So something is, working against the good effort that you are putting into your health, and it's coming from your mouth, from your oral health. So now let us try to also add to our good eating oral uh, oral health practice, where you make sure that after you have eaten, so now eating want to create problem in our mouth, so rather than leave it like that, we'll take water to rinse our mouth maybe when we finish eating. It's a practice. We can be practicing it like that. So I'm talking to myself as well. Can be practicing it because it can be very uneasy. Sometimes it can be, not be easy. So another thing that is also good that you can do is that maybe you have bottle of water with you after you finish eating. You can put some in your mouth, rinse your mouth, just put it in your mouth and just spill it out and all of that. Or some also use mouthwash, good and healthy mouthwash, or natural mouthwash, also good. I'm sure you know natural mouthwash, how you can do it. A combination of cloves and cinnamon is a good natural mouthwash that you can use. Cloves is very good for oral health. Adding cinnamon into it is also amazing because cinnamon is uh, um, anti also is all antibacterial and all of that. So it's something that can help us with our mouthwash and our oral health. Please let's pay attention to this and let's try to imbibe this. If you cannot do all of the rinsing, make sure at least you are brushing your mouth at night after before you finally go to bed. I pray that God will help us. Tonight we're going to end on this note and we will continue next week by the grace of God with our healthy eating practices. I'm trusting God that we are able to put some of this thing into practice. It is not enough to hear, but it is uh, best to do what you have heard. Just be practicing it little by little. Before you know what is happening, it becomes an habit, it becomes part of us. They said what we do for a period of 28 days is no longer what is no longer new to our body. It now becomes what a lifestyle that we can continue to live with continually. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I look forward to seeing you next week by the grace of God. This particular month, for our challenge, we're going to be doing every Monday challenge. Every Monday challenge. And what we'll be doing on Mondays will be a mixture of cucumber, carrot, and beetroot. Cucumber, carrot, and beetroot will be what we'll be doing this week every Monday. And so what you do is this: your materials are cucumber, carrot, beetroot. Okay, so you can add ginger if you want to, it's optional, but if you are a fan of ginger, you can add it to it. Then after you finish blending, you can add a teaspoon of dandelion, a teaspoon of dandelion. What are we doing? We are trying to detoxify, we are trying to energize, we are trying to improve the health of our liver. And our liver is everything. In fact, if they give us an assignment to make sure that to take care of our liver the whole year, we will do it. But because we have other things to do, we will not be doing only liver alone. But for this particular month, every Monday, take these smoothies and add a teaspoon of dandelion inside so that it can help to improve our health. You are trying to improve your liver health, and liver is behind about 500 or so health issues on its own. So thank you so much once again. The Lord bless you. If you have any issue with this particular challenge, please let me know. But you shouldn't have any issue. Blend them and sieve it, get the juice out, Add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Oh, sorry, 1 teaspoon of dandelion inside. Let me take it again. Cucumber, carrot, beetroot, one each is fine. One small medium size of each of them is fine. And you can do 2 carrots, one medium size cucumber, and then one medium size or one small size of beetroot. Once you blend them together, if you are blend them together. Remove the what's they call this the fiber, sieve it, add a teaspoon of dandelion. You can also add the dandelion when you are blending it and sieve it off, take the water and then drink it. Drink it every Monday for throughout this month to improve our health regarding our liver. The Lord bless and keep us all till next week.